once was when the biggest matchup of the year was the final regular season game between City College of New York and New York University. This rivalry dates back to 1914, and over the years, NYU with the advantage 34-19. They have won 3 of the last 4 since they returned on the Division III level. Joining me once again tonight, my broadcast partner, Cal Ramsey. And Cal, certainly those were golden times in New York.
They certainly were, Bruce. At that time, college basketball was bigger than professional basketball, and the Garden was packed every night. I wasn't there, but I heard about it.
Well, tonight we'll concentrate on NYU and CCNY of the 80s, and NYU is off to a very good start. They're 8-3.
And they're playing very well, Bruce. Tonight they're going to start a couple of guys. One is Rob Rimhell. He's a freshman. He just came up from the junior varsity. He's been playing great ball. In one game he shot 3 for 4 from the three-point line. He's very quick, handles the ball very well, and he's a good passer.
And his partner, Dwayne Martin, is now free to do a lot more things. He doesn't have to concentrate about just handling the ball.
And Dwayne does a lot of things. He leads the team in steals, he leads the team in assists, and he's scoring very well. He's become a real leader.
All right, let's talk a little bit about City College. This team is struggling just a bit. They come in with the record of 3-9, and Michael Spivey, their point guard, a key guy tonight because he has to control tempo. They can't get caught up running with NYU.
And Coach Floyd Lane depends on him. He's his best defensive player. He'll probably put him on Jay Conway at some point. The Beavers will try to trap and pressure, but they will not, I don't believe, try to run with New York University.
Well, it's not the way things used to be, but there's still something to an NYU-CCNY matchup.
It's always fun, especially when I see my good friend Floyd Lane coaching on one side and Mike Musio on the other side.
All right, that means Cal will be impartial tonight. City College against NYU. We'll come back with the introduction of the starting lineups in a moment.
For our national anthem, which will be sung by NYU's Catrice Joseph.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right glad, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
What a wonderful voice. Catrice Joseph. You can be in any arena anywhere in the country and you'd have to clap when you hear a voice such as that.
And she does it all. She's a cheerleader and a very good student also.
Introduction of the starting lineups, back to John Stendrini.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your starting lineups for the Beavers of CCNY. At forward, a 6'4" senior from New York, New York, number 50, Peter Mubanda. The other forward is a 6'2" senior from the Bronx, New York, number 22, Kenneth Duncan. At center, a 6'2" sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, number 33, David Roberts. At guard, a 6'1" freshman from New York, New York, number 15, Steve Mack. And the other guard is a 5'9" junior from New York, New York, number 25, Michael Spivey. The head coach of City is Floyd Lane. Introducing the Violets of New York University. At forward is a 6'5" junior from West Haven, Connecticut, number 50, Rich Cowes. The other forward is a 6'3" sophomore from Saratoga, New York, number 23, Jay Conway. At center, a 6'8" sophomore from Westbury, New York, number 55, Matt Hale. At guard, a 6-foot senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 10, Dwayne Martin. And the other guard is a 5'11" freshman from Smithtown, New York, number 20, Rob Remhild. The head coach of NYU, Mike Musio.
The officials for tonight's game, representing the ECAC, Jim Reeser is the referee on your right, and Jack Marsden, your umpire, on the left. Here's the series. We talked about it a little bit earlier, Cal. It's one of the longest series, dating back to 1914. Some classic matchups, and we'll take a look at some of the big games during the course of the evening. Last year, NYU won it by 14. Cal talked about a couple of friends he has coaching tonight, and one is Mike Musio of the Violets, now in his 5th campaign, a record of 78-39.
Well, Mike and I played basketball here together at NYU, and Floyd Lane and I played together for 3 years in the Eastern Professional Basketball League.
I remember that league, Cal.
Yep, good league, a lot of good players.
Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yep, I played with Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Tommy Heeman, Hal Greer, Dick Gaines, some real fine players down there.
Opening tip controlled by the Violets of NYU. They're in the home white. And City College Beavers in the visiting lavender. Martin to Conway. Down low, Matt Hale. He fires and hits. Quick start for NYU. And a steal by Richard Cowles. Remhild on the baseline, and he puts it up and in. And he looks so young, but he's so in tune on the court.
He is very young, but he's really come a long way. He's a very mature ball player now.
And a steal by Remhild. Dwayne Martin penetrates, foul called. NYU has come roaring out of the gate. They lead 4-0. And the foul is called on City College's Kenneth Duncan, number 22.
With the emergence of Remhild as a playmaking guard now, it allows Dwayne Martin to move to the number 2 spot and be more creative and look for more offense.
Usually you think of the 1 as being more creative.
Well, Dwayne could be a good offensive ball player as well as a good playmaker.
But the big thing is he doesn't have to worry about everything in the offense. He can concentrate on other things. Poor shot there, though, by Martin. And out of the backcourt now, Michael Spivey, averaging 12.2 points per game. City College is 3-9, but they've lost a lot of close games. Beautiful reverse move by Steve Mack, the freshman from Richmond High School in New York City.
Outstanding baseline move by Steve.
Mack averaging over 12 per game, and Floyd Lane is thrilled with his play thus far. Remhild, not a bad pass, but through the hands of Jay Conway and out of bounds.
He is too quick for his teammates in that particular play anyhow. But NYU, City's going to play a man-to-man defense. They want to make Jay Conway put the ball on the floor and go to the basket. They do not want him to have the outside jump shot.
Spivey all the way rejected by Cowles, out of bounds to NYU. Richard Cowles, a jumping jack, having a terrific year, 16.7 points, 7.3 rebounds per game.
And his last game against John Jay, he was 10 for 11 from the floor.
Hale is open, but steps before the basket, no goal. A little bit of travel music on Matt Hale.
NYU will apply pressure defense all over. It's a breakaway.
Mack leading to Spivey, who lays it in with the snowbird. Now we're tied at 4. And here's some full court pressure.
It's 2-2-1 full court press, almost paying off with the turnover.
Floyd Lane knows he's got to do a lot of different things to try to confuse NYU, because he says very frankly that they don't match up with the Violets in terms of talent. Conway to Remhild. Dwayne Martin twists inside, and a foul is called.
No foul.
No foul on the ball, out of bounds. NYU will keep it.
And so far, City's done a good job of defense on Conway. He has not had an outside shot yet, and that is Floyd Lane's game plan, to make him drive to the basket. And as I speak.
Conway for three. Remember, early in the year, it was Jay Conway who made 11 in a row. Set an NCAA record at the Division III level. Turnover, Violets get it back.
Michael Spivey that time had a shot. I thought his teammates were looking for him to shoot the ball. Instead, he tried to make a pass, and nobody was looking for the pass.
17:22 to go. First half tied at 4. Conway leads to Hale. Back to Conway. And we have a whistle and a foul called at City College, and it's on number 50, Peter Mubunda.
Peter Mubunda, an interesting story. He is from Uganda.
Is that right?
He is, yep. Came here when he was 12 years old.
Here's Dwayne Martin to Richie Cowles. NYU continues to look inside. Cowles with the shot. Rebounded by the Beavers. Beautiful bank shot by Michael Spivey. And the Beavers have reeled off 6 straight, and they lead by 2.
And they don't appear to be afraid to run the ball up the floor against NYU.
City College all of a sudden has turned things around here after what looked like they were being blown out off the gate.
And Jay Conway forced that last shot. He's going to be coming out of the game now, I do believe.
Spivey directing traffic. Dishes off to Kenneth Duncan. Side jump by Mack. 8-4, City College. Doing nothing wrong right now.
And Stephen Mack showing versatility. First a good baseline move, then the soft jump shot from the corner.
Rimhill, the freshman who has been on a tear the last 3 games, been called up from the JV. He penetrates, and his pass goes out of bounds. And on the turnover, City College will get it. Eric Hutcherson into the ball game for New York University, replacing Jay Conway, and there's a timeout on the court. 15:41 to go in the first half. 8 straight for the Beavers. They lead it by 4.
9 of
Me up on this one. NYU defeated City College 39-21. The Violets finished that year very impressive, and they went on to the National Championship Tournament in Atlanta, where they beat the Houston YMCA, who were the pre-tournament favorites, and the MVP was Howard Kahn. Howard Kahn became a legendary basketball coach at NYU. His record 409 and 232. He coached the Violets for 35 seasons from 23 to 58.
And his father coached before him. And I had the good fortune of playing for Mr. Kahn when I first came to NYU.
What kind of man was he?
Great guy.
City College with the lead by 4. And not doing much wrong here in the early going. Steve Mack back outside to Michael Spivey. Spivey and Mack have combined for all 8 points, each with 2 field goals for 4. And a foul called underneath, and it's on Richie. No, it's on City College.
Peter Mubanda going for the loose ball, ran into Matt Hale.
Lloyd Lane, 14th year coach of City College. Remhill working against pressure to Eric Hutcherson.
Remhill is really quick.
He's very cocky for a freshman.
Yeah, he is. But he can play.
Martin swings it to Hutcherson. He fires from long range. Martin getting way up, gets the rebound, puts it up and in. Beautiful play by Dwayne Martin. 8-6 City. Mack, long pass out of bounds. NYU will get it on the turnover.
Dwayne Martin is such a good athlete that NYU will use him down the low post oftentimes to try to get some inside scoring.
the ball. City looking to trap Remhill, but he's very quick. Dwayne Martin backing in. Hutcherson. Out of bounds. Violets will keep possession. 14:08 to go in the first half, and it's an 8-6 lead for City College. Andre Mathiasen in the game for the first time for City College as Dwayne Martin scores again on the inside. Tied at 8. Steve Mack dishes back to Duncan. Ball almost taken away by Martin, who shows quick hands on defense.
Both Martin and Remhill are very quick on defense. Again, Dwayne leads the team in steals.
NYU trapping now on defense and forcing a turnover as Hale dishes to Martin. Here's Hutcherson. Loose ball picked up by the Beavers. Spivey. 5-on-2 fast break. Deflected shot, rebounded underneath, and a foul called on Hutcherson. And Mack will go to the line for a deuce.
Good hustling play by Eric Hutcherson. He made the initial block, but Mack hung in and picked up the loose ball and finally got the foul. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Musio with some words of advice for young Rob Remhill, who is out of Smithtown East High School in Smithtown, New York. Was a Nassau County All-Selection, conference selection last year.
And for the first few games this year, he played on the JV team. He didn't even play on the varsity. He's really come on strong.
Mack missed the first free throw. Pretty good free throw shooter, though. He missed the second. Hale with the rebound. Remhill racing up court, losing the ball. Duncan with the steal, and then Duncan stepping out of bounds. So it's sloppy play on the part of both clubs. The Beavers with 6, the Violets with 5 turnovers already. Cal, the game has been played at such a fast tempo, maybe the teams are a little out of control.
I think City's doing a good job on defense against NYU. Eric
Hutcherson showing some range.
He's playing behind Jay Conway, and Conway had a difficult time getting his shots off in the first few minutes of the game.
10-8, NYU. Here's Mack, twisting and turning and laying it in with the left hand. Beautiful move by Steve Mack. Tied at 8, Remhill loses the ball. Nice give and go, Spivey lays it in. 12-10, City College.
Great pass by Kenneth Duncan on that play in a 2-on-1 situation.
Remhill's having a lot of difficulty with the pressure. Remhill trying to penetrate, back to Hutcherson. Here's Martin. Remhill penetrates the baseline. Cowes, he hits. Tied at 12.
Ricky Cowes, very strong inside. He's been a very consistent player for Coach Macahuzio throughout this young season.
Mathiasen missing quickly. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Violets, and City College will keep it. So there's a timeout of the court. Very close first half, tied at 12. Steve Mack doing a good job thus far for City College. Low-scoring game, NYU winning by 2. NYU finished at 18-1. And the Violets only lost to Yale that year, Cal. I guess that really isn't that low of a score for that time period, was it?
Before my time, I don't know.
You should know from reading books, Cal.
No, that wasn't
with all the jump balls.
No, it wasn't too low a score at that time.
Lloyd Lane.
You know, I
coach
talked to
of the
Floyd
Beavers.
before the ball game. He said he would run the ball against NYU. I didn't believe him, but he was correct, and he's doing just that, and it's working out very well for him.
And they look good running. They really do. Turnover, though, here for the Violets, for the Beavers.
I should have known that Floyd wouldn't pull my coat like that.
He trusts you, and you trust
I'm
him.
sure.
Dwayne Martin breaks the pressure. Hutcherson to Hale. He hits. Matt Hale, who's been a pleasant surprise this season, averaging 6 points per game. Back the other way we go quickly through the hands of Mathiasen and out of bounds. See, if you run, you're going to commit turnovers, but if you don't run, you can be blown out, so it makes sense to run.
And both clubs are playing a type of pressure defense, leading to a lot of turnovers for both sides.
Hutcherson knocked away from behind as the turnovers continue. 15 already between the two teams, and there's still 11 minutes to go in the first half. Spivey tries to control things. Nice bounce pass to Mathiasen, who lays it up and in. Andre Mathiasen, a freshman from Brooklyn, New York, Erasmus High School. Floyd Lane's got 3 pretty good freshmen on this club. Hutcherson pulls from long range, and it hit a supporting bar out of bounds to City. Here's Conway back in for the Violets, and I think they need his offense.
They could certainly use his three-point shooting. He's 0 for 2 so far, and so forth. Floyd Lane's defenders have done a very good job on Conway. He's forced the 2 shots that he's taken.
Here's Mack. Spivey. They're having a tough time getting it into David Roberts in the pivot. Finally, Roberts dishes off to Mathiasen, who missed the easy one. Mack is there for the board. And City College now 8 for 13 from the field. And they lead by 2.
And Stephen Mack is doing an excellent job for City College along that baseline and on the offensive board. There he is.
Conway for 3. Misses it. Cows is there. Knocked out of bounds. Violets will keep it. You know, Conway has really quieted down after that early start with 11 consecutive 3-pointers, including 8 in a row against Vassar.
But he's had 8 20-point games so far this season.
Conway driving, and a foul is called. It is a 2-shot play coming up.
The problem that NYU has right now is that City College is doing a really good job on defense. And the 2 players that normally carry the offense for NYU, that's Conway and Rich Cowles, have not been very effective.
Well, Floyd Lane said about Mike Musio's Violets, he said, anyone who doesn't force Conway to drive will be shot with a water pistol because we know the danger of his outside shooting. Therefore, we got to get him to make the move and shoot on the run.
And they kept the pressure on him. He forced the first couple of shots, and his timing appears to be a little bit off now. So far, Floyd's strategy is paying off, and he's also doing a good job, or his players are doing a good job defensively against Rich Cowles down in the low post.
Peter Mubanda is back in. Off the missed shot, rebounded by Mr. Spivey, and taken away by Remhill. He leads Conway, taken back by Spivey, out of control both ways. Finally, Conway leads Cowles. Richard Cowles. 16 all. Cowles with 4. 9:30 to go in a wild first half. Wild, I mean a little bit out of control on the part of both teams.
A lot of pressure defense will make that happen.
Good pass from Ubanda. He finds a wide open man, Benjamin Bullock. Rebound put up again, no good. There is Mack. He can't buy it. And finally a foul is called. NYU not boxing out underneath. And the foul is on NYU.
City in complete control of their offensive boards at this point.
Conway charged with the personal. And in the game, David Roberts for City College. Inbound feed to Mathiasen. Back outside to Spivey, who's done a good job controlling things in the half-court offense. Mack runs that baseline, Cal. He's trying to just sneak in there.
Been very effective so far. And he's showing the outside shot to go along with this baseline move.
Good ball movement by the Beavers. Mack penetrates, got caught in the air, put up no good underneath by Mathiasen. And the Violets go the other way with Remhill. Remhill penetrating, he loses it. Benjamin Bullock, one-on-one with Martin. And he puts it up and in on the scoop and a foul.
Good move by Benjamin Bullock. Dwayne Martin trying to avoid the foul on his play, but the ref ruled that he got him on the arm as he went up for the shot. Remhill a little bit out of control here. Bad pass. There's the steal. Now Dwayne Martin on defense is going to try to get out of the way, but he does reach in a little bit. Well, actually, he doesn't reach in. He did back away. Tough call for Dwayne.
Bullock converted the free throw. He makes the three-point play. And now Mark Jacobs comes in at the point, replacing Remhill for NYU. And Jacobs, the seasoned veteran, he is a senior from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, knows this offense.
And he'll probably move to the number 2 guard spot, the shooting guard, and Dwayne Martin will take over as the point guard.
Conway breaks the pressure, takes it all the way himself, and puts it in. So Conway shows us he can go to the hoop.
Well, Floyd Lane wanted to see if he could do that or not.
City College by 1 point with 8 minutes to go in the first half of play. Benjamin Bullock. Bullock drives, double pumps. Got away with a walk there.
He sure did.
David Roberts. Mathiasen is camping down the baseline. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Three-pointer for Bullock. Rebounded by Mack, and again he eels his way inside.
And City is killing NYU on the offensive boards. And here comes Chris Kite to try to put an end to that.
10 points for Mack. 3-point lead for the Beavers. Mack's only 6'1", but he camps around the hoop and finds the offensive boards. Jacobs to Conway for 3. Got it. In and out. It popped out. Hale puts it in.
And that ball was kept alive by Rich Cowles crashing on the offensive boards, and Matty Hale got it. The follow shot for the basket. It was in, but it came out.
Okay. 21 to 20. Favor of the Beavers. Jacobs lead pass to Conway. He drives, and a foul is called. And Conway will go to the line for 2. It's on Steve Mack. Substitutions now as Chris Kite checking in for NYU, the 6'8" senior center. Add for City College, Mark Wilson, number 40. And Kenneth Duncan, 22, back in. Jake Conway going to the free throw line for 2 shots. Now Mubanda back in, replacing Mathiasen.
NYU, in an effort to get better defensive rebounding, going with the center Chris Kite, who's a very aggressive defensive player. He's improved an awful lot from last year. Not an offensive weapon at this point, but he's very tough on D.
Conway, who had 36 against Vassar, making 13 of 18 from the field. He's been quiet tonight, just 3 points and a timeout on the court. We're tied at 21 with 6:42 to go in the first half of play. We'll be right back. At Madison Square Garden Network this Saturday at 7, the Knicks tangle with Larry Bird and the Celtics. And then at 10, Syracuse battles Seton Hall in a Big East war from the Carrier Dome. That's a basketball doubleheader, pro and college, and Madison Square Garden Network on this Saturday. The story here thus far has been the offensive boards work of City College, particularly Steve Mack.
They've done a great job on the offensive boards. NYU is not boxing out Mack. Not really a big guy, but getting inside with good position for offensive rebounds and converting them to baskets.
Mack with 5 rebounds on the offensive end. That's a surprise, isn't it? Considering the size.
NYU's a bigger ball club. The tallest player starting for City College is 6'4".
Long lead pass intercepted by Conway. He hands to Cowles. Cowles looking for Kite. NYU going with their biggest lineup with Cowles, Kite, Conway up front. And we have a foul called away from the ball. And I believe Richard Cowes of NYU is going to be ticketed with the personal for pushing off. Take a look at Cow's face. That's his game face, right, Cal?
Now, what do you see Chris Kite's game face? So that's the one. That time Richie was pushed first. The official did not see the first push. He saw the second one.
6.5 to go first half. Tie score. Foul on the drive as Mark Wilson, the freshman from Martin Luther King High School in Manhattan, tried to make a move. Each team with 5 team fouls.
And Mark showed some speed going down the lane that time. He's very quick. There's a look at Chris Kite. We'll see his game face at some point.
Second foul on Conway. And going to the line is Wilson. For 2. I guess they felt he was in the act of shooting.
I thought he was.
Wilson averaging 9.5 per game off the bench. Now Jim Foles, the Violets captain, reporting in, replacing Jay Conway. Foles has been bothered by his knee injury all year. There's a close-up look at Kite and the intensity. So Wilson makes both free throws, and it's a 23-21 lead for City College. You know, Cal, they're not as bad as their record indicates. They're 3-9, but they've lost 2 games by 6 as Cows connects. 2 games by 2, so they've been there. They just haven't been able to hang on down the stretch.
Well, they have a good coach. Floyd Lane's been around for a while. He's coached City College to 4 CUNY championships throughout his career as a coach there.
Reach-in foul called on Dwayne Martin, and that's his second. Wilson with Michael Spivey on the bench. He controls. Good box out by Cows. Out of bounds off of City.
Good play by Mark Wilson. Cows had the rebound, but Wilson reached in and knocked it away out of bounds. The ball would go over to NYU.
Ben Takershewski checking into the ball game. 23 all, 5.5 to go. Steps called on Takershewski. Wilson, he looks very composed out there.
Does. Showing some speed, too.
Nice backdoor feed, but steps called on Benjamin Bullock, who made the good cut to the hoop. Now Remhill back in for Jacobs.
Something you don't see very often these days. The old give and go, the back door.
It was executed nicely, everything but the travel music. Remhill dishes to Kite. Foles, nice feed. Cows missing. And a good, strong rebound by Kenny Duncan. David Roberts holds up. Duncan. And steps called once again on Peter Mubanda. By the way, these teams are playing for the Can Holman Trophy, which will be awarded to the winning team. The trophy named after Howard Can and Nat Holman, the great coach of City College. Each of those gentlemen, the winningest coaches at their respective schools. As this man, Michael Spivey, checks back in. Nat Holman, 37 years with the Beavers, 423 wins.
And he was a great coach.
And he is 91 years young, living in Riverdale, New York. Basket and a foul. And clever ball movement. Duncan got free down to the baseline, and he'll go to the line for a three-point possibility.
Good play by Duncan down low. Spivey with the ball, running the offense for City College. Inside, Mubanda, real tough move inside, and a foul on the play. City really doing a good job executing right now in the offensive end.
They have played well in their half-court offense.
And they've played very well on defense. Again, the two players at NYU rely on heavily for their offense, Jay Conway and Richie Cowes, as a null and void so far.
NYU will get the ball, and Ed Delamarter checks in for the Violets. Mathiasen is back in for the Beavers. 4:30 to go in the first half. Takarszewski off the feed from Foles. 25-25. Loose ball recovered by Wilson. NYU in strict man-to-man. Takarszewski trying to guard Wilson, who's very athletic, and a foul is called. And it's on Ben Takarszewski. And it is 1-and-1 time for the Beavers. Lloyd Lane, he's got to be very pleased with this first half performance. Maybe this is like the old days where you throw out the records, Cal.
As well he should be. His team's doing an excellent job on defense. Again, the two key players for NYU have been basically shut down here in this first half.
CCNY, a very good free throw shooting team, 73%. Wilson, a 76% free throw shooter, and he makes them both. So the Beavers back up by a deuce. Remhill, long pass to Foles. Foles wheeling. Got it in a foul. And I don't know if he was going to pass or not, but when he was fouled, he decided, why not? Go for the two shots.
First of all, he's a university scholar. That means he's very smart.
Okay.
So when he got up in the air and he heard the whistle, he knew that he should shoot the ball. Normally, he does not look for a shot. We'll watch him again against the pressure being applied by City College. Jimmy will look to penetrate and make the pass. But he gets up in the air, he's hit, and as he hears the whistle, he says, why not?
Jimmy Foles converted the free throw, and so the academic All-America, smart on the court, and perfect at the free throw line. NYU leads it by a point, 3:56 to go first half.
How far?
Well, in 1940, City College beat NYU by 12, and that was the Violets' only loss of the year. NYU finished at 18-1. NYU led by team captain Bobby Lewis, and they were recognized as the unofficial national champions that year, but still declined postseason invitations. We'll continue to take looks back at the classic rivalry between these two schools. Tonight, the 54th meeting, and it's been a pretty good one, 28-27. NYU by a point, 3:40 to go in the first half of play. I'm Bruce Beck, along with me, Cal Ramsey. Glad you could join us tonight on Madison Square Garden Network.
And you can really see Floyd Lane's influence at the coast here. Good play by Peter Mubanda from Uganda. Going inside, but the Beavers doing running a lot of backdoor plays and giving and going without the ball the way Floyd Lane used to play the game.
1 point lead, City College. Remhill looks to penetrate. Clever move, pops and hits. Doesn't look like a freshman there. 1 point lead for NYU, coming up on 3 minutes in the first half. Most of the points in this game have been scored inside. 24 for City, 20 for NYU. 2 more for City on the drive as Michael Spivey goes glass.
Quick move by Michael Spivey working against the freshman Robbie Remhill.
Foles holds up. Delamarter. Hale keeps it alive. Nice play. Remhill shaking and baking. He's 18. He looks younger, but he's having a fine freshman campaign. Hale picks it up, misses, and the little man Spivey with the board. 1 point lead for the 3-9 Beavers. Certain games can make a season, and this one is one of those games for City College. Good pass again down low to Duncan, who's just camping on the lower block.
And he was wide open that time. Spivey made the pass and made a good pass. And you'll watch Spivey working against Remhill. He really spins around it. Quick move, very athletic move. Gets to step inside, right to the hoop. Hale and Delamarter, too late getting there. Excellent move by Michael Spivey.
He is built. Kenny Duncan 5 points per game, a 6'2" senior from Bronx Science High School in the Bronx, and he hits the first.
And they're smart guys, Bronx Science High School.
That's right. Second free throw also good, so City leads by 3 points as we come up on 2 minutes in this first half. Remhill to Cows. Here's Hale in the paint. Conway down low to Cows. Fall away. Got it. 8 points for Richard Cows. And the game remains close. At halftime, we'll talk to Floyd Lane of the Beavers about the 1950 championship team at City College. Hale losing the ball. Kept up. And a foul is called. Mark Wilson snuck underneath Hale. He gives away 4 or 5 inches, but he just took it away.
Matt Hill brought the ball down and he took it away, but there was another great pass by Michael Spivey inside to Kenneth Duncan. Setting up the play. You'll take a look now. Duncan gets the ball inside. He misses the shot. Hale gets the rebound. And when he brings it down, there is Mark Wilson waiting for him to take it away.
First free throw good by Wilson. Cal, you were a very good, if not great, rebounder. What are you supposed to do there? I mean, it's awkward to come down with the ball above your head, isn't it?
You got to come down and protect the ball. You have to put it over your head, but you got to protect the ball. Keep your arms around the ball. And NYU must do a much better job on their defensive boards and box out better.
Martin pulls up. Foul called. Dwayne will go to the line for 2. Wilson off the bench has 6 points for City College. He's made all 6 of his free throws. I've got to call you a great rebounder.
Yeah,
How can I not?
I think so. I mean,
a modestly great rebounder.
19.6 in my sophomore year.
Oh, I thought it was 17.
That's throughout my career.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me get that straight for the record.
Yeah, let the record show. Martin hits the free throws. And it's a 1-point lead for City College. 1:30 to go in the half. Ubanda's pass knocked out of bounds. Fresh 45-second clock. City with possession. Both teams shooting over 50% in the first half.
And both teams turning the ball over an awful lot.
Nice inbound feed. And that's the way you shoot over 50%. Mark Wilson now with 8 points. And again, City's lead 3. Martin, nice dish to Cows.
Beautiful pass.
37-36. City College, 50 seconds to go in this first half of play. Ubanda losing it, gets it back. Cows deflects. Here's Ubanda. He hits. Still 3-point lead for City College. Shot clock is off. 30 seconds in the half. Remhill to Cows. Oh, he missed the chippy, and a foul is called.
That play really hurts NYU because Richie Cows was inside for the easy basket. This is the layup. If we look at Floyd Lane, he's a little bit upset.
Eric Hutcherson back in for the Violets. Mark Jacobs also reporting. This could be a 4-point swing.
Yep. Missed layup and a chance for 2 free throws for City College.
Peter Mubanda. 4 points in the game. Last year he averaged 14 per game. This year just 9. And he hits the first. Ubanda, who was really the center last year, this year is playing the forward position and is facing the hoop, and it has taken him a little bit of time to get the offense going. 5-point lead for City College with 22 seconds to go in the first half, and City College has played a beautiful first half.
They certainly have. This should be their biggest lead of the half.
They've committed a bunch of turnovers, Cal. So it wasn't pretty, but they've done everything they've had to do. They've forced the tempo, they're running well, and they're scoring out of their set offense.
And they worked very hard on defense, changing defenses, against NYU, goes from traps to
2
zone.
seconds to go, and Rimhill misses the shot at the buzzer, and that will do it. So the Beavers of City have to feel good being up by 5.
They've played very well. Again, I think their defense has been the key. They've pressured New York University all over the floor, and their rebounding on their offensive boards has really been a factor.
So the score at the half, City College 41 and NYU 36. When we come back, a chat with Floyd Lane and a look at some vintage footage from the 50s. Have an impressive record, but thus far tonight, they are playing good basketball, and they lead the violence of NYU. They did commit about 12 turnovers in the first half of play, but they have forced the tempo, and they are trying to run and take advantage of their athletic skills, and they're also shooting well from the free throw line. The result, the lead for City College over NYU, a club which has lost just 3 ball games so far this year. And I know the old expression when these two teams get together is throw out the records, because when these two teams meet, it is something special. At least it always was something special in New York City. Well, the coach of CCNY is Floyd Lane, and he has been around. He has coached a lot of great players in recreation leagues, and he also was a standout on a team in 1950. Let's take a look back, the archives. The Beavers of City College are the only college basketball team to win the NIT and NCAA championship in the same season. In 1950, CCNY took on Bradley in the NIT final at Madison Square Garden. The unseeded Beavers roared back from an 11-point deficit to defeat the highly touted Bradley team, which was #1 in the country. Ed Warner led the Beavers with 87 points in 4 tournament games and was named MVP. Nat Holman's club got together with Bradley again 8 days later as the two teams met for the NCAA championship. Bradley boasted the likes of Paul Unruh and Squeaky Melchiori, but CCNY was a balanced ball club. The forwards, Erwin Dambrot and Ed Warner. Ed Roman handled the pivot, and the starting guards were Al Fats Roth and Floyd Lane. The Beavers, paced by Dambrot, defeated Bradley again, this time 71-68, to record a feat that was never and never has been duplicated. Championships of the NCAA and NIT in the same seasons. And joining us now, the coach of City College and a man who played in that 1950 championship team, Floyd Lane. Floyd, why was that club such a special club?
I think it was the intensity, the playing together, the camaraderie, and the overall talent that made us such a good group.
What did it mean to win 2 championships, the NIT and the NCAA?
Well, Bruce, that had to be the most fantastic thing that's ever happened to me in my life, and I don't think I came down for quite a long time.
Now, back then, the NIT was really the big tournament, wasn't it?
Yes, it certainly was. The NIT was the most formidable tournament, and it was followed a week later by the NCAA.
What about the rivalry between City College and NYU? What did that mean?
I think it was the game in the city for bragging rights, and I think that at the culmination of the end of the season, it was just about the most important event in basketball, college basketball.
It seemed like it was one of those games where you could throw out the records, because when those two teams got together, it was a war.
That's for sure. It didn't make any difference what the records were. When those two came together on that given night, anything might happen, and it often did.
Thrills for you playing at Madison Square Garden?
The greatest thrill of my life. Always just a tremendous feeling. 18,000 people screaming, the horn yelling up in the balcony, screaming out Allegaroo. Just fun and wonderful memories.
As a coach, you've done a lot. You've coached at so many different levels, and you've coached so many great players. Tell me some of them.
Well, I have to start with my pet, Nate Archibald, on to Ricky Sobers, Ron Behagen, Gerald Harkness. I had Dave Cowens in the summer when he was coming out of college in the Summer Pro League. Hank Whitney, John Mathis, Austin Carr, Tim Bassett. It's a lot of fellas.
Did you once have a ball club in the Rucker League that was undefeated?
Yes, we certainly did. That was our 70-71 group with Cowens, Archibald, Willie Worsley from Texas Western, Johnny Jones from Villanova, and we had Johnny Mathis at the other forward. So that was a pretty fair club.
All right, what about the future, Floyd? You've been coaching this club for 14 years. You got any other plans? Do you want to stay with it? What's your story?
Well, I love to coach, and I'm going to stay with it, and I'm always ready to go.
Thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure, Bruce.
Floyd Lane, a member of the Beavers 1950 championship team, the only team ever to win both the NIT and the NCAA championship in the same year. We'll come back with more halftime festivities from Cole Sports and Recreation Center in a moment. Cal, a couple moments ago, I said that CCNY played a very good first half, but they've committed 12 or 13 turnovers. You think I'm wrong?
Hey, they played good ball. They played great ball. They did a great job on defense. When you run the ball the way they do, the way NYU runs the ball, they're going to be turnovers.
Offensive boards was really a surprise as City College went inside and did well.
That was a major factor, I believe, for City College. It's a smaller ball club than New York University, but they control their offensive boards. They got the second and third shots. NYU did not.
NYU has not been able to shoot it well from the outside. Conway has been a no factor. Richie Cowles has been a factor on the inside when they've gotten him the ball. Cowles with a pretty good first half for the Violets. Let's take a look at some of the highlights, and we'll see Richie Cowles get 2 of his 10.
Well, Richie's been a very consistent player for NYU. Here you see Dwayne Martin down the lane against City's pressure defense. A nice look-away pass by Dwayne to Richie inside for a nice layup.
Now, Cowles did miss some shots, and Spivey, who was all over the court, played a controlled first half and also shot it pretty good. We'll start this play and finish it.
A fine first half by Spivey. He did a really good job. He gets a missed shot there by Cowles. The ball comes up to Spivey on the break, and he's made some excellent passes down low. Again, the influence of Floyd Lane's coaching. This time he goes into the basket, but they made some really good passes to the team.
What should the Violets do as they come out of the locker room down by 5 points? Do you look for NYU to press full court, maybe try to shake up City College?
Well, they always press. They'll go 2-2-1 trap. They'll go to a half-court trap. But I look for NYU to try to get some offense out of Jay Conway in the second half, and also to try to get some more scoring down low from Richie Cowles and even perhaps Dwayne Martin.
They need to score from the outside because the Violets are a very good three-point shooting team. Not so tonight. 41-36, Beavers at the half. 41-36, CCNY with the lead. Halftime statistics, both clubs shooting it pretty good.
They're shooting it very well, but again, both clubs doing a good job on defense too. Most of the shots are coming off of turnovers and inside for easy baskets. NYU 0 for 5 from three-point field goals. City 14 rebounds to NYU's 8. The turnovers virtually even, but that's a very key point right there. NYU normally a good three-point shooting ball club.
Mack and Cowles, the top scorers for their respective clubs, each with 10. Well, Friday at 7:30, it's the Lou Carnesecca Show on MSG Network, and this week, our special guest is Bill Rafferty, the head basketball coach, or he used to be, at Seton Hall. You remember those days, don't you, when he used to storm the sidelines for the Pirates of Seton Hall? And Louis Carnesecca used to watch Billy, and once he watched him go absolutely nuts. Even Louis Carnesecca couldn't believe it because Billy Raftery was indeed a showman on the sidelines. Now he's a very good color commentator for college hoops, and he'll be our special guest tomorrow on the Lou Carnesecca Show.
He didn't like that call, huh?
He did not like the call. Bill Raftery tomorrow on the Lou Carnesecca Show. Oh, it should be some fun to show him that one, huh?
Oh, yeah, he'll love that.
City College feeling good about their performance. Their only wins this year over Baruch, over York, and over Ramapo. And Mike Ruggia of NYU Violets only losses this year to Hunter, Staten Island, and Stony Brook. Spivey dishes it off to Duncan. Back it goes to Mubanda. Wide open shooter is Roberts, and Foles has the rebound. NYU in the home white. Remhill pulls up. Rebound Mubanda. This is the 54th meeting between these two teams. A rivalry that dates back to 1914. Many classic matchups over the years. Beavers play in the Cooney Conference. Good ball movement by City. There are no rush to put it up. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
NYU in a straight zone right now. No trapping on this zone. Now they're trapping.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Finally put up, and a rebound by Foles on kind of a force play by Duncan. Good defense. Violets for 45 seconds working hard.
Not a bad idea. City's not a good outside shooting ball club. And that zone defense will make them shoot from outside.
Here's Spivey. Penetrates. Dishes off to Mack. Ubanda. He hits.
Nice move by Peter Ubanda along the baseline.
So it is a 7-point lead, the biggest lead of the night for City College. Dwayne Martin penetrates. Martin goes all the way and draws the foul. He's got a nice crossover dribble. That'll go to the line for 2. Mike Musio always teaching.
And he does a good job at it, too.
Sure does. Martin hits the free throw. Dwayne is averaging 10.5 per game, leads the club in steals and assists. Rebounded by Duncan. Spivey and Mack playing catch. They are the two most dangerous offensive weapons for City College.
Mack along the baseline and Spivey looking for him.
Ken Duncan. Beautiful play again as Roberts got free, and just a simple pass from Spivey. 8-point lead for City. Cal got it.
Now Ricky Cal starts that shot with his back to the basket. He jumps up and turns around, and he gets up a very good shot almost every time.
12 for Cal's. Foul called on Remhill as he jumped on the back of Ubanda. Cal, the half-court offense of City College has really been outstanding.
Well, they've been a very patient ball club, particularly here in the second half. Even though it's young, they've worked very effectively against the zone defense, moved the ball well, and they've gotten good shots. NYU's going to apply a little more pressure now, it looks like, by going into the trap instead of playing the passive zone.
Duncan, pretty feed, and again another shot by Roberts. They're shooting it well. And City College has an 8-point bulge. Martin penetrates, goes glass. Rebounded by Mack. Quick outlet, Spivey. Spivey's pass deflected. Out of bounds. City College ball. .16:50 to go in the second half. And Spivey just tossed that one right out of bounds. Spivey looks like he could be a pretty good defensive back.
Yeah, he's a big fella. Not tall, but big.
Remhill to Dwayne Martin. He's open. He hits. So Dwayne Martin coming alive. He hits 9 points. And the Violets cut the lead to 6. Here's that half-court trap. Roberts goes down. He hurt himself. There was no whistle. Remhill races to the front court. Lays it in. And Roberts is really in pain on the floor. There was no foul call. And he looked like he twisted his knee, and he went down, and he was really in pain. David Roberts. Remhill took the ball and went coast to coast for 2.
Well, he's in pain.
But David Roberts, the 6'2 sophomore from St. Mary's High School in Brooklyn, in obvious pain. Thought it was his knee.
We'll take a look in the replay. Spivey against the pressure defense being applied by NYU. Roberts picks it up, and he
stepped on his foot.
Yeah, Matt Hale. His foot got locked up with Matt Hale's, and he probably turned the knee, or the ankle. Well, I guess it's the knee.
The knee.
Yeah.
You know, the game is played so physical inside, and yet so many injuries occur when you step on another player's foot.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I tore my knee up in a game on a fast break. Matter of fact, I was playing in the Eastern League against one of Floyd Lane's legendary partners, Ed Warner, and on the fast break, our legs got locked just like that, and I tore my knee up pretty badly. I hope his is not that bad. I don't believe it is. It looks pretty good.
He appears to be okay, and that's good to report. So David Roberts limps off the court under his own strength, and we'll take a timeout. 16-17 left in the second half. The Beavers lead it by 4. Cal in 1948, but they were beaten by City College 60-57. City had a pretty good year. They were 18-3, and all 3 of their losses were at the Garden to Bowling Green, Texas, and St. John's. Some of the names of that NYU club: Dolph Shaves, Don Foreman, and Ray Lump, who was an Olympic gold medal winner in 1948.
And the only NYU basketball player to ever play in the Olympics, Ray Lump.
Speaking of Dolph Shaves, the Dolph Shaves Award will be presented to the game's most valuable player after tonight's ball game. Here's Ubanda. And a held ball. The arrow points in NYU's direction. We have 16:08 to go in the second half. CCNY leading NYU by 4. Division III college basketball here on Madison Square Garden Network. Steal by Duncan. Spivey back to Duncan, and he decides to regroup.
He also double dribbled, and he got away.
Mack puts it up, and a foul is called. Steve Mack, very tough inside, and he will go to the line for 2. Foul is on Matt Hale. Mack playing with a heavily taped right hand. He is a scrapper. Always hustling on the inside. And Mack missing the first free throw. The freshman from Julia Richmond High School in New York City. Floyd Lane loves him. He says he's my type of guy.
You know what Floyd Lane likes a great deal? Robbie Rimhill. I talked to him before the game, and he was very much impressed with the play of Robbie.
2 missed free throws, and the Violets with a chance to cut it to 2. Rimhill to Foles. Here's Cowles on the baseline. Back to Foles. Give and go. Got it in a foul. Beautiful play.
Nice play by Richie Cowles, getting that ball back to Jimmy Foles for the layup. Jimmy going inside to Richie Cowles. Richie gets doubled, drops the ball back to Jimmy Foles. Good play, good shot. And Foles has to look for his shots a little bit more. He's reluctant to take a shot.
6 in a row for the Violets. Foles just missing for the 3-point play. Here comes Spivey quickly pushing it up. Martin with the steal. Cowles 4-on-1 to Foles to Cowles, and a foul is called. Might it not have been better there, Cal, to get the ball in Martin's hands on the break?
Well, you'd like to get the ball into your playmaker's hand on the fast break, but that time the opportunity was not there, I don't believe.
Duncan called for the 3rd foul. And Richie Cows will go to the line for a deuce. He hits the first. Cows is a solid citizen. 78% free throw shooter. Tie ball game at 47 as the Violets are on a tear. And a steal by Hale to Remhill. He hits an uncanny shot off balance. And a timeout called by City College as Remhill pulled one off of his hip.
That's one of those no. Great shot, Robbie. He appeared to be out of control on this one, but he gets the basket nevertheless.
10 in a row for the Violets. Watch this one again. It is unbelievable.
With Hertz's low prices, you can see the U.S. for a song, like California for just $78 a week.
California, here I come.
And Hawaii for just $69 a week.
Hello, Hawaii.
Or Florida for just $59 a week.
Moon over Miami.
And for about $50, those guys can get some singing lessons.
Dig it up.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Can you... American Express? My daughter and I just had an accident.
Do you need a doctor?
I think she's got a broken wrist.
After a 12-year hiatus, they came back at the Division III level, and they beat City College 67-52 back in 1983. Cal was here.
And I was here.
So was I. Well, this is a multi-purpose facility, the Jerome S. Cole Sports and Recreation Center, and there's some fencing going on right now. A little bit of weightlifting.
And I'm in that room
Weight training.
every day that I'm here. I get over here and work out for at least an hour.
You can play tennis,
Swim.
volleyball, racquetball, and back to the basketball game. NYU has rattled off 10 straight points with 15 minutes to go in the ball game, and they lead by 2. Finally, the Violets just woke up. Spivey, as CCNY decides to just look for a good basket, slow the tempo a bit, get organized. Uganda. Oh. No whistle, and Mack puts it up and in, and there was some contact, and now some pushing and shoving between Wilson and Foles. 49-49 the score. Martin to Cows. Matt Hale playing away from the basket. Here's Dwayne Martin spinning. Jimmy Foles to Hale. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Foles to Remhill. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Remhill for 3. And a foul is called, and it's on Cows for pushing off.
It certainly is. Richie was...
he was looking for the offensive rebound.
Yeah, he was.
You know, Cows,
he pushed off.
Cows told me that he thinks he's Jerome Lane of Pittsburgh. He says, every shot I imagine is not going in, and I'm going to get the rebound. That's the way he plays.
That's what I told him.
Foul called on the Violets. It's on Matt Hale, and Mark Wilson will go to the line for 2. That is number 3 on Hale.
And Mark Wilson's done an excellent job for City College coming off the bench. He's shown speed, aggressiveness, very aggressive on defense. It's really been a plus factor for City.
He has 8 points, 6 for 6 from the line. All you have to do is talk about the free throw shooting, and you know he'll miss it.
It happens every time.
50-49, CCNY leading by a point. The Beavers only 3-9 on the season, but they have played 5 games close. Jim Foles with the move. Now this is maybe his best ball game of the year. He's been really hampered by that knee injury. He's playing on sheer guts. Foul is called on Remhill.
Yeah, Foles has had a tough time this year. He hurt that knee before the season started, and it's bothered him all season long.
51-50. Foles getting a lot of playing time. He started the second half. Mike Musio may be going for a little bit of experience.
And he'd like to see Jimmy explode down the lane like that and take the ball to the hoop.
Spivey playing catch with Wilson. Shot clock down to 15, so they're really taking their time, taking the air out of the ball. Bob Remhild, freshman from Smithtown, New York, averaging 12.5 over his last 3 games. Connects on the free throw here, and he has 9 points. 52-50 Violets. Loose ball picked up by Hale. Cows to Remhild. Lays it in. 54-50. Violets by 4. Wilson. Pretty dish. Laid in by Duncan. So Kenny Duncan now with 6 points. And it's a 54-52 ball game. NYU with the lead. Set play called by Remhild. With some help from the coach. Remhild, side jump. Cows kept it alive, but here is Spivey. Taken away by Martin, 2-on-2. Foul called, it's a reach, and it's on Kenny Duncan.
That might be a break that time for Dwayne Martin, because it appeared to me like he got his left arm out and ran into the defensive ball player, Kenny Duncan.
Remhild will play it in. Dwayne Martin putting up one finger, set play. Here's Remhild. Martin, Foles is open. Good execution, but no hoop. And a foul on Matt Hale over the top. That is number 4. Now we may see Chris Kite.
I'm sure you will see Chris Kite. Matt Hale was boxed out on that play, and he tried to go for the offensive board.
So Kite and Conway report. Foles, who got some valuable minutes, checks out, as does Matt Hale with 4 personal fouls. Mike Musio in his 5th season. 78-39, 4 straight winning campaigns since the return to the Division III level, and a couple of postseason bids.
And David Roberts is back in the game. He hurt his knee earlier and looked like it might have been a serious injury, but apparently it wasn't. He's back.
To say he's back, absolutely. Yep. As you can see, neither club burning it up at the line, as Peter Mubanda will try to convert, and he hits the first. Beavers within 1. Tie ball game at 54. Coach wants Mubanda to be a little bit more tenacious.
He's played a good game this evening.
And here's a steal. Mubanda has it. Dishes to Spivey. Good acceleration and good leap. 2-point lead for the Beavers. Martin's pass knocked away. NYU ball. Foul call, a reach on the Beavers.
And it's 16 fouls against CCNY. And that foul's going to be on Mark Wilson, was it?
That is the first on Wilson, Cal.
And he played a very aggressive game.
So NYU had that one good streak. They moved in front after trailing by 8, and now they're down 2 again. Remhild directing traffic. He fires. Loose ball, there's Martin. And he is stripped, but he is fouled. Martin plays much bigger than his 6-foot frame, and he'll go to the line for 2.
He's a good leaper. In that play, particular play, Chris Kite has his game face on now. He kept that ball alive on the offensive board, allowing Dwayne Martin to get in to draw the foul.
Dwayne's second year with the NYU program after transferring from McClellan Junior College in Waco, Texas. And Shake Martin hits the first. Martin now with 11 points in the game, and we're tied at 56. Steve Mack to Peter Mubanda. Spivey is the court leader. Under 10 minutes to go in the second half. City College led at the half by 5, 41-36. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and we have a foul away from the ball. Roberts went down, and I believe it's on Kite.
It is on Kite. Chris gave look at Mike Buser didn't like that last call. His big man starting center is in foul trouble now, and Kite's going to get in foul trouble. He was pushing on that play against David Roberts. Roberts flashing across the paint, and Kite pushed him down.
The frustrations of a head coach.
It's a tough job, but Mike loves it.
David Roberts hits the first free throw. He's a guy that does a lot of little things well. Screens away from the ball, defensive boards. Clogs up the middle. And once in a while gets a chance to score. He only has 6 points in the game, all in the second half. And the Beavers have a 2-point advantage. Tempo has slowed considerably for both clubs in the second half. Conway has been shut down by the Beavers. That was one of the things Floyd Lane wanted to do. Take away the 3-point shot. Counts. Rebounded by Mack. Long lead to Wilson. Renhild picked his pocket. And he is fouled by Wilson.
You can see the determination in Wilson's eyes as he came back up the floor running behind Rob Remhel. He wanted the ball back. Good play here by Remhel, putting pressure against Mark Wilson, making the steal. Now watch him. He wants the ball back. He's going all out. He gets it, but he commits a foul.
Foles is back in. Matt Hale is back in for the Violets of NYU. Kite heads to the bench, as does Conway. So Jay Conway on the bench with just 3 points all in the first half. Remhill missing the free throw. 1-point lead, City College. 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Remhill with another steal. This is off to Martin all the way. Nice move. Long lead pass to Wilson, and he is fouled. It might be an intentional foul. It's on Remhill. Wait for the call. It is a 2-shot foul.
Floyd Lane was looking for an intentional foul.
Well, let's see. No, it's going to be a 1-and-1, and that is all. If it's a 2-shot foul there, you get possession of the ball. Remhill might have gotten away with one, Cal.
I think so. He did grab him.
Could have been a big switch there because he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. They lose the ball, and the Violets up by a 1 and extend the lead. Martin to Foles. Foles, one of the few guys for NYU moving without the ball tonight. Cowles is hitting a lot of front rims. Wilson penetrates. Foul call underneath. And it's going to be on City College. It's on Peter Mubanda. And they'll shoot 1-1 at the other end of the court. That is number 4 on Mubanda. And NYU, a very good free throw shooting team. Floyd Lane not too pleased.
He's unhappy with something, wasn't he?
Mubanda's got to be careful playing with 4. Hale 1-1, the sophomore from Westbury, New York.
And he's playing with 4.
Here comes Andre Mathiasen back in, replacing Mubanda. Matt Hale, missing the second. Spivey with the basketball. Michael Spivey, a junior from Brandeis High School in New York City.
Hey, that's my high school. That used to be the High School of Commerce.
Is that right?
That's right.
You've got ties to everybody. Foul called underneath, and Mathiasen will go to the line for 2. Now this is becoming a foul-riddled ball game.
And with both teams in the penalty, there'll be a lot of free throws taken down the stretch. 7:57 to go. Rimheld defensively going up. Looks like he got the ball. Looks like he got the ball. 4 fouls on Robbie Rimheld.
So a lot of guys in foul trouble. For NYU, it's Rimheld and Hale. First free throw made by Mathiasen. And Mubanda and Duncan have 4 each for the Beavers. Mathiasen is perfect. And we are tied at 60. 7:57 left to go. And we're all tied at the Cole Sports and Rec Center.
On defense for NYU throughout this. Here he makes the steal, setting up a fast break opportunity for NYU. The good penetration gets the ball to Dwayne Martin. Makes an excellent move down the lane and good control on his layup.
Well, it was 47-39 in favor of City College in the second half of play, when all of a sudden NYU rattled off 10 straight, fueled by 4 steals. And then after the Violets went up 54-50, City came back with 6 straight points, and right now we are tied at 60. Back and forth basketball. Lots of turnovers.
And Matt Hale just called for a traveling violation.
Cal, how do you figure 21 turnovers for CCNY and they're still tied?
How many for NYU though?
14. And again the ball is loose. And a held ball. Let's see where the arrow points. It points to the Violets.
NYU's giving the ball up on turnovers, right?
Yeah.
And
City College has shot well when they haven't been turning it over.
Right.
And they've played patient, their half-court offense.
And they've gotten second shots. City College has. That's the difference.
A lot of
they've
offensive
more second
rebounds.
shots than NYU.
7:22 to play. Mark Wilson. Andre Mathiasen. Roberts. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Steve Mack outside to Spivey. 4 seconds on the shot clock. And he loses it. Good D Violets. Jacobs back to Martin. Beautiful bounce pass.
And that was the only way to make that pass, the bounce pass.
62-60. NYU leading by 2. Dwayne Martin, 15 points to pace the Violets. Jacobs really gave it up in that last break. Back in the slow attack for City College.
Well, they're not looking for the jump shot in their offense against the zone. They're looking to get the good shot within the perimeter.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
That's what they want.
Roberts misses, kept alive by Mathiasen. Spivey is there, the little man turns, and he lays it in with the left hand. A good, hard-working play. 62 all. Jacobs penetrates. He hits it.
Worth a little bit of luck.
Back the other way. Mack misses a chippy and a foul is called. It's on the Beavers. Let's go back to that beautiful bounce pass by Jacobs.
That was an excellent play by Mark Jacobs. Spivey penetrating inside. Shot clock running down. The ball's picked up by Cowles. Martin back to Jacobs, and then an excellent lead bounce pass inside, and Dwayne does the rest.
I love to watch Martin in transition.
He's a fun player to watch. We look at Coach Floyd Lane.
Matt Hale at the line. Both teams over the limit. Hale hits the first of the 1-and-1, and the Violets lead it by 3 with 5:40 to go in the game. Ten points for Hale. Rebound to Mubanda. Roberts, Spivey. Around the perimeter, CCNY has not had a lot of luck getting it inside except to Mack when he's run the baseline.
Well, you can see they're a well-coached team. Most teams would be shooting three-point shots over a zone defense like this. The City patiently works the ball and tries to get the shots inside the perimeter.
Shot clock is down to 12. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Duncan, he fires, he hits. 65-64 NYU. Matt Hale holds up, back to Foles. Game of chess now, Cal.
They're both clubs being very patient, looking for the good shot.
Jacobs off balance. He hits. Jacobs has hit a couple of runners off balance, but they've gone in.
And that's all that counts.
Rubanda is short. Cowles is there. Spivey almost stole it right back, but it goes out of bounds, and NYU gets the basketball. Mike Musio pacing the sidelines. He's lost about 10 pounds tonight. Jimmy Foles dishes off to Jacobs, fires and hits, and Jacobs is on a roll. He's hit 3 straight, plus the assist. 5-point lead NYU, and City College wants to talk about it. So Mark Jacobs, who comes off the bench, replacing Robbie Remhill, explodes, and NYU leads it by a handful.
5. City College.
And what did they accomplish?
Well, they beat NYU, and they went on to win the NIT and the NCAA championship.
Well done, Calvin. Now we'll put you to work on a ball game with 3:49 to play.
And NYU in the lead now by 5 points, and the City College being very patient offensively against the zone. Again, most clubs, when we look at a replay here, Mark Jacobs is really giving NYU a lift coming off the bench. He's made a couple awfully tough shots, but the important thing is he's made those shots, and NYU's up by 5.
3:47 to play. City College have to be a little bit faster with their shots now?
No, got plenty of time. Got to be selective and get the good shot.
Rubanda with a tough move. It's rebounded underneath by Duncan. Still loose on the floor. Finally, we get a hell ball called. Both teams scrappy. And the arrow points in the direction of NYU as the officials, Jim Reeser, Jack Marsden separating the players. Violets with the all-important arrow. NYU basketball on the held ball. Alternate possession. Next time there's a held ball, it will be City College basketball. Foles, Jacobs to Cowles. Mark Jacobs had a lot of experience in the games as a senior, and he's good to have in there late in the ball game. Mike Musio shouts for a weave. Martin on the baseline, foul is called.
And as soon as Martin got along that baseline, City College went into a trap, put the pressure on him. Good play, but they fouled him.
5 fouls on Duncan. And he is done for the night. 8 points for Kenneth Duncan. And into the game, Mark Wilson to replace him. For the Violets tonight, 14 for Cows, 15 for Martin, 12 for Remhild, 10 for Hale, 7 for Foles. Martin hits the first free throw. And these are big ones now. A 6-point lead for the Violets. Big second half for Dwayne Martinez. He puts the Violets up by 7. Steve Mack goes glass. Foul called on the rebound. That is a pushing foul. The breaks are going the way of NYU. And so are the calls. And that will be all for Peter Ubanda, who has committed his 5th personal foul.
Yeah, he was coming over the top on the play. NYU applying the pressure. The shot gets up in the air. Stephen Mack gets the shot up. Now you'll watch Ubanda coming over the top right there. Mark Jacobs, he made the contact.
Floyd Lane giving the officials a little piece of his mind as he has lost in successive plays Duncan and Ubanda. Mark Jacobs will be going to the foul line for 1-1. Floyd Lane taking the available time to make his substitution. Andre Mathiasen reports. Ubanda can't believe it. 10 points in the ball game.
He played well.
He did. Second half, very good. Mark Jacobs, 97% free throw shooter. 28 for 29 now on the year. And there's a timeout with 2:52 left. And the Violets now in control by 8. The free throw line, one more attempt. Violets leading it by 8 points. Jacobs has missed only one from the line all year, and he misses his second.
It happens every time.
72-64. CCNY needs a bucket in a hurry with 2:45 to go. Nice reverse move by Steve Mack. 6-point game.
He's going to tear along that baseline all evening.
Here's the full court pressure. Jacobs loses it on the double dribble.
NYU getting very careless with the basketball here, and they can ill afford to do that. Ooh, very close to a backcourt violation.
Spivey, 2:25 to play. 3-pointer for Mack, air ball, but it went off of Rich Cows, and City College will get another chance. Now Rob Remhild trying to check into the game.
Well, they don't want him in now. They want him in on offense, not defense. And he hadn't reported, therefore he doesn't have to go into the game.
Wilson penetrates all the way, lays it in. It's a 4-point game with 2:14 to play. City College will not quit. NYU wants to talk about it. So the Violets have been unable to shake City College all night. They trail by 5 at the half. They opened up a lead by 8, and now it's back down to 4. Down the stretch we go. Seconds to play. Bruce Beck and Cal Ramsey with you from the Jerome S. Cole Sports and Recreation Center on the corner of Bleecker and Mercer Street in Greenwich Village. NYU leads City College by 4. NYU with the ball. 2:09 to play.
And they have 3 guards in the ball game now. NYU does.
Jacobs, Remhild, and Martin with Cows and Foles up front. And Foles is a pretty good ball handler also. Both teams over the limit. NYU running some clock. 4-point lead for the Violets. Shot clock to 20. Game clock a minute 43. Remhild. 10 seconds on the shot clock. A minute 33 in the game. Jacobs on the baseline. He pulls up. He hits another tough shot. Mark Jacobs.
4 and
Big
4 in the last few minutes. And 3 very difficult shots.
6-point lead for the Violets, a minute 10 to play. City College needs a hoop, maybe a 3. Steve Mack puts it up. Loose underneath. Mathiasen with the rebound, and he is hacked. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Fouls on Dwayne Martin, his third. NYU will get Matt Hale back in now for defensive purposes.
So with 59 seconds to play, NYU leads by 6 points. There's Hale. And at the line is Mathiasen. He hits the first. Stay with us following the game for Inside World Tennis. Coming up next, right after basketball here on Madison Square Garden Network. 74-70 the score. 4-point lead Violets, 58 seconds to play. Remhill with some clever ball handling to Dwayne Martin. 50 seconds in the ball game. 35 in the shot clock. NYU by 4.
He's going to have to foul.
Spivey. Martin comes to help out. And a foul is called. As Martin made his move, but he is shaken up.
Andre Mathiasen defensively attacking the ball, but he got Dwayne Martin. Dwayne appears to be okay. He's got a big free throw coming up here, the front end of the 1-and-1. Only up by 4 points, 34 seconds to go in the game. A lot of time, particularly with the 3-point shot.
Fouls on Roberts, third foul. Martin at the line, 1-on-1. Rebound, City College. 32 seconds to play. The Beavers trail by 4. Mack to Spivey. He penetrates all the way. Plays it in. It's a 2-point game. 21 seconds to play. And a timeout taken by City College.
Well, those free throws really hurt NYU. They had a 4-point lead with a chance to go up by 6. But that happens. Dwayne Martin missed the front end of 1-and-1. And here's Floyd Lane. He's been a little bit excited this evening, but nevertheless, he's done a great job.
Spivey was fearless.
Well, Spivey has played a great game for CCNY so far, penetrating against NYU. NYU's not very strong inside. Goes right around Matt Hale. Matt's playing with 4 personal fouls.
3 timeouts left for NYU. 2 timeouts left for City College. And don't forget on Saturday, the big doubleheader of hoops on Madison Square Garden Network. First, Bird and Company, pro basketball, the Celtics and the Knicks. And then for the Carrier Dome Big East matchup, the Orangemen of Syracuse, the Pirates of Seton Hall. It all begins at 7 on MST Network. Well, Cal, everyone's excited. 21 seconds to go. City College will not fold. They trail by 2. Now NYU has to inbound the ball. Do you foul quickly or do you try to wait?
Well, I think he got a gamble on defense here, not foul, because both teams are in a penalty situation. If City does in fact foul, NYU has a chance to go up by 4. Right now, they are within reach of City College. So what they have to do is play the tough defense and try to force a turnover without committing the foul.
Keep in mind the 3-pointers. Conway is back in for NYU. Dwayne Martin to Conway. 17 seconds in the game. Falls with 14. And Conway, who is a very good foul shooter, 89% in the year, but he hasn't been in the ball game.
And he's missed a couple of free throws here this evening.
13 seconds to play. And Conway will go to the line. Conway 1 for 2 from the line in the game. NYU calling a timeout. They have 2 left. And Conway, who hasn't been in the flow, hasn't been in the game much, goes to the line.
Well, that was Coach Floyd Lane's game plan, to attempt to take Conway out of the offense in NYU, force him to put the ball on the floor and go to the hoop, but not give him the jump shot, and he's done just that and effectively taken Conway out of the game.
Stay with us following the game for Inside World Tennis, where you can be well informed on the important developments on the national and international professional tennis scene. That's Inside World Tennis right after basketball here in Madison Square Garden Network. Thanks to our statisticians tonight, Harry Robinson and Super Sully, Paul Sullivan. Cal 13 seconds to play. If he misses one of these free throws, you always have the possibility of the three-point field goal.
They haven't taken too many so far.
No, they haven't.
I think they took one in the first half and none here in the second half. You mentioned Harry Robinson. He's the best stat man that's around. I've worked with Harry for many years. He does an outstanding job.
The Beavers of City College just 3-9, but they have played a heck of a ball game tonight. They've turned it over 22 times, and they're still there, down by a deuce.
Michael Spivey and Stephen Mack have been outstanding for City College all evening long.
Conway, we are now told, 1 for 4 from the foul line tonight.
Normally a good free throw shooter, but sometimes from the jump shot it's not falling, throws everything else off.
Here we go. 13 seconds to play. NYU leads by 2, 1-1 Conway.
NYU has lost some strange games this year against Staten Island Community College. Staten Island, College of Staten Island, had a 3-point lead with 1 second to go and lost the game. Figured that one out.
Conway looking for the second, doesn't have it. Offensive rebound to Hale, and he is fouled. So now Hale will go to the line for 1-1. It's a 3-point lead. If Hale misses here, then you have a chance for a 3-pointer and a tie.
In the game against Staten Island, NYU had a 3-point lead with the 1-1 with 1 second to go. Missed the free throw. Staten Island got the rebound, threw the ball the length of the floor, went in the basket, went into overtime, and Staten Island won the game in double overtime.
Hale shot off the mark. Here's a chance for CCNY to tie. 10 seconds to play. The long lead pass out of bounds. So the Beavers forced it a little bit too much. And with 7 seconds still to play, the Violets will get the ball back. Timeout, NYU. Going back to that Staten Island game for a moment, it was a 92-foot shot.
It was. And to make it even tougher for NYU, they had an opportunity in the first overtime to put the game away with 2 free throws. Not 1 and 1, 2, but they missed. Then in the second overtime, Staten Island finally took a desperation shot at the buzzer, and it fell in. It wasn't meant to be for NYU that day.
City College led here at the half, 41-36. They opened up a lead in the second half of play by 9 points. And then NYU came storming back with 10 straight. Took command. City College answered again. And it is a 3-point lead for NYU with 7 seconds to go. Cal, do you have to foul now right away and just pray they miss the free throw and then take your shot, your long-distance shot again?
You got to foul as soon as you can now to try to get the ball. But I'm pretty sure NYU will try to inbound the ball up the court so that in the event of a steal, City will not have an opportunity to take that 3-point shot. Okay. So we'll see. I know I would try to inbound it around the basket right here. They'll try to sprint the guy down the court.
Remhild will play it in. He gets it to Martin, and a foul is called quickly. That's not bad for City College. Only 1 tick went off the clock. Benjamin Bullock is charged for the personal. And now Dwayne Martin goes and shoots 1 and 1. If he hits the first here, it's pretty much over. If he doesn't, it's wide open. Cowles and Hale report for NYU as Mike Buzia goes to his 2 big guys, defensive purposes. And Dwayne Martin at the free throw line for 1 and 1. He put it up so quickly, didn't want anybody to think about it, including himself.
Good shot for NYU.
8 for 10 for the line for Martin, 18 points in the game. He misses the second one. That one doesn't really hurt him, though. 4 seconds to play. And that will do it. So the Violets of NYU hold on to defeat their rival for many years, City College, 76-72.
An outstanding ball game by City College. They really played a tough game despite their 3-9 record. They gave NYU all they wanted this evening.
The Violets now 9-3. The final score for the Cole Sports and Recreation Center, 76 NYU, 72 City College. For Cal Ramsey, I'm Bruce Beck. Thanks for joining us. And don't forget, coming up next to Madison Square Garden Network, Inside World Tennis. That's coming up next. So long from the Cole Sports and Recreation Center, where the Violets have won it.